Intro and amp. Hook, you have gestational diabetes. Those 4 words completely derailed my routine checkup. 1 minute, I was happily coasting through my pregnancy, and the next, my mind was racing, picturing all these unspoken risks. What did this mean for my baby? Honestly, I went home and cried. But I soon realized this diagnosis wasn't a punishment, it was a call to action. Section 1. The diagnosis. So, what is this, really? If you just got the news, I know your head is probably spinning. So what does gestational diabetes actually mean? Put simply, it's a type of diabetes that shows up during pregnancy for women who've never had it before. You usually find out between 24 and 28 weeks. Right after that, memorable, sugary drink and blood test. Basically, hormones from your placenta are a little overzealous, blocking your body's insulin from working properly. This causes sugar to build up in your blood. It's not your fault, it's just a wild hormonal side effect of growing a human. The most important thing to hear right now is that you can absolutely have a healthy pregnancy and a healthy baby. Section 2. The fear. What about the baby? My first thought wasn't about me, it was about my baby. That's where the fear of the unspoken risks really kicks in. The main concern is the baby growing extra large, a condition called macrosomia. High blood sugar in you can act like a super fertilizer for the baby, which can make delivery more difficult and increase the need for a C-section. If left unmanaged, it can also lead to some challenges for the baby right after birth, like trouble with breathing, jaundice, or low blood sugar. I know, hearing that list is terrifying. But here's the good news, getting your blood sugar under control dramatically reduces these risks. This isn't about scaring you, it's about knowing exactly what we're working to prevent. Section 3. Taking control. Your action plan. And now for the best part, you are in the driver's seat. You have the power to manage this, and it all boils down to 3 things: diet, exercise, and monitoring. First, food. No, this isn't a sentence to a joyless, restrictive diet. It's about making smart carb swaps. Trading sugary drinks and white bread for whole grains, lean proteins, and a ton of veggies can work wonders. Spreading your meals out into smaller, more frequent ones during the day also helps keep your blood sugar from spiking. Next, get moving. You don't need to start training for a marathon. Just 30 minutes of moderate activity, like a brisk walk on most days, helps your body use insulin way more effectively. A quick 10 or 15-minute walk right after a meal is a total game changer. Finally, monitoring. Okay, let's be real, the finger pricks are a pain. But try to think of it as gathering intel. Every number tells you a story about how your body is reacting, which empowers you to make tiny adjustments that make a huge difference. CTA, if you're finding these tips helpful, would you mind giving this video a like? It genuinely helps this info reach other moms on the same journey. Section 4. When diet and exercise aren't enough. Now, sometimes you can do everything right, eat all the kale, take all the walks, and your blood sugar numbers still won't budge. If this happens, please hear me, you have not failed. Pregnancy hormones are powerful, and about 10-20% of women with GDM need a little extra help with medication. And that is perfectly okay. The most common medication is insulin, and a big reason for that is that it's incredibly safe. It doesn't cross the placenta to the baby. Your doctor might also talk about oral medications like metformin. Whatever the path, remember the goal is a healthy baby, and medication is just another tool in your toolkit to get you there. Section 5. Life after gestational diabetes. So, what happens after your baby is safely in your arms? For most women, the gestational diabetes packs its bags and leaves right after delivery. Phew! However, having it does give you a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes later in life. Some studies say the risk is as high as 50% within 5 to 10 years. But instead of looking at that as a threat, I choose to see it as a gift. It's a head start, powerful knowledge to protect my long-term health. Your doctor will have you do a follow-up test about 6 to 12 weeks after you give birth and then recommend regular check-ins from there. Conclusion: that initial diagnosis felt like a storm cloud over what was supposed to be a sunny time. But looking back, it was the start of a path to a healthier pregnancy and, honestly, a healthier me. Holding my baby, I knew every single finger prick and every planned meal was worth it. You can do this. You are so much stronger than you think. I know how lonely a new diagnosis can feel, so please, share your story or your biggest questions in the comments below. Let's get through this together. And don't forget to subscribe for more tips on navigating pregnancy and motherhood with confidence.